Hi guys, I'm live. I'm just on my walk. I have this video. I have two things to talk about. Um, First of all, a fan friend of mine named Jacqueline likes country, and I don't usually do country, but what the heck, it's music. And she's a big Keith Urban fan, and they want me to do. She wants me to do. You look good in my shirt, so I'm going to try to do that tonight if I can. I might have a Keith Urban CD. I don't know how I'm going to go about getting it, learning it if I don't do internet. But I think I have like one Keith Urban CD in my collection. I think I do, and it might have that song on it. I don't know. I'll have to see tonight. So I might do that tonight for Jacqueline. And I also want to just state something. I'm just now getting over the trauma of sitting in church so many years. I work on traumas in reverse order. I do the worst things first, and then after I do the worst things, I do the easier things. That way it gets easier all the time, and that way I do my hard work. And since I've done good work processing my dad, what he did to me and stuff, now I'm just processing basically having to sit in church all these years. But there's some things you can learn. And the pastor Joe Holden that kicked me out of Calvary Chapel Temecula did have a good point when he talked about the ministry of Jesus. This is what Joe said, not me, but Joe said this. Jesus had a 3-year ministry, and each of the 3 years had a different color to it. The first year, Joe calls the year of obscurity. The second year, Joe calls the year of popularity. And then the third year is the year of opposition. So I think anybody that interacts with the internet and the public and all that can take comfort. I think. And first of all, that the journey to being a public figure is not one thing. It can be many different things. It can probably be many things at the same time. Jesus is the ultimate public figure because he built the biggest brand in history, whether he was right or not, God or not, whatever. But he had to go through those 3 different sections of his journey, and it shows that that even though you're one person, the same people can treat you differently at different times, or maybe even at the same time. And it comforts me that those 3 basically, that he went through that too. Assuming the story's real, he went through all 3 of those phases. And so no one should be shocked if they're, doing something where they interact with people, if they don't experience all 3 of those too. And so I just want to say that I related to that story. I think that's an interesting. The story of Jesus is interesting in that way. I'm not a Christian, of course, but that's a cool way of mapping out the journey to building a brand, and that it wasn't all one thing, and it was and here's another point. Nobody's too great to get out of all 3 of those. If Jesus wasn't too great to get out of those 3 sections of his journey. So don't expect anybody else that wants to work with the public and whatever to get out of those. When I may have my opposition if I don't already. It's not all popularity, and there's even obscurity involved at times. So thank you, Joe, for that, for putting it that way, where I can get something out of that story, even though I'm not a Christian myself. I live in Peace.